Hi, my name is Seungyeon Yu, and I'm Chief Technology Officer of the Day1Lab. And the Day1Lab is a startup company about 3 years old and doing R&D and manufacturing of natural polymer-derived plastic alternative products. I'll proceed. So a brief introduction to Day1Lab. Day1Lab was established in 2021, and we are targeting R&D and manufacturing of petrochemical plastic substitution materials. Specifically, we are pursuing materials that is derived from biomass. So our material is pursuing the bio-based plastic alternative material. The reason for we are pursuing the bio-based material is because we want to reduce the carbon dioxide emission, and also we want to solve multiple problems that is caused by plastic waste. So our specialty lies in the natural polymer and natural polymer processing. So here's a lot of challenges that comes from the using petrochemical plastics. First of all, the petrochemical plastics, they pollute the ocean. So about 70% of marine debris, it all comes from the plastic. And of course, the carbon dioxide emission from the plastic industry occupies the biggest portion, which emits a lot of dioxide to the air, and it hits the earth. And third, microplastic issues. Using the petrochemical plastic, they generate the non-degradable microplastics, which actually impacts the human health. And lastly, we are looking for materials we can overcome these kind of petrochemical plastic issues. So there are two solutions to solve the existing plastic waste issue. One is recycling, and one is using compostable plastics. But important thing is that none of the solution it can solely solve the problem. Recycling is a very good solution, but itself cannot solve all the problems caused by those petrochemical plastic waste issues. So in Korea is one of the leading country which have very nice and well set up plastic recycling systems. But the thing is that about 79% of the collected plastic waste are actually landfill or disposed, and 12% are incinerated in the in the power plants, and only 9% of the collected plastic are actually recycled. So recycling itself cannot solve the problem. So we are introducing the compostable plastic, which is derived from the biomass and the bio-based feedstocks. So the A1 Labs technology it actually lies in the using these bio-based materials, and specifically we are using starch and cellulose derived from the agricultural waste and also food industry. We use the starch and do the standardization to make the uniform properties, and we make the thermoplastic starch, which can be compatible with the existing plastic materials. And we do the compounding with our our thermoplastic starch product with the other compostable plastic like PLA and PBAT. And lastly, we do the processing to make the end product, which can be the food trays, the plastic bags, agricultural films, bunch of things we can make with the plastics. The Day1Labs material can replace them all. So I'll give you the introduction to our real products. This brown or yellowish palette is our key resin, which is called the retouch. Retouch is 100% bio-based, and it is derived from the starch material. And it has a melt flowability that it can be compatible and mixed with the existing plastics and existing compostable plastics. So we already get the deep OK compost and the OK compost for home and industries. And of course, we are free from a bunch of other hazardous material issues which derive from the petrochemical plastics. And So by using with our retouch material, we make the retouch compound. These pink and blue compounds are combination of our thermoplastic resins and with the other compostable plastics to meet a bunch of different properties. So this retouch compound got the Innovation Award from 2024 CES, and it can be converted into a bunch of different end products depending on the purposes. And this is one example. We can make the plastic bags and shopping bags from our retouch material. And this is the injection molding toothbrush, which is also derived from our retouch material, extrusion molding grade. And we already have a lot of intellectual properties and certificates which can prove that our material is safe. So this one is the last slide, and I thought that I wanted to give you more introduction to our material products. So I'll go on for the questions, and I'll give you more explanation about our company and our products.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time and the explanation of the product. Um, just I want to know first what's the main difference and advantages you have between other biomass plastic like we already have made of amidon, like potatoes or corn.
Oh, so our technology actually lies on the extracting starch and cellulose from the agriculture or food industry byproducts and waste. So we are actually upcycling those waste into the valuable end product, which was not used before.
Okay, so
So
you don't you mix different type of biomass plastic.
yes.
Okay, to make something like more usable and more plastic like in the sort.
Yeah, so starting from the extracted starch and cellulose, we add more, we have a specific recipe to make those powder can be turned into plastic-like pellets.
Mm, okay, so your um, main research and main advantages compared to competitors is mostly on the mixing and the recipe of the different raw material, right?
Yes, and also process technology, which conventional plastic industry use the twin screw extruder, and we also use this screw extruder, but we have our specific technology and add-ons to the manufacturing instruments.
Okay, okay, I understand. Um, so I will ask about VivaTech. What is your goal of participating in VivaTech and coming there? Do you want to find clients, partners, or just make the company more known? What's the goal?
Our specific goal for attending VivaTech is we want to find customers in Europe because the Korean government is not very friendly to those compostable plastic products because Korea already have a well set plastic recycling systems that the government wants to pursue more on the plastic recycling system. And we know that European Union is trying to expand the usage of those compostable plastics. And France is one of the very nice market because as long as I know, the France government is actually supporting a lot about those compostable plastic applications. And we believe that by attending this event in Paris, we can find more customers who are interested in our products and materials.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Um, yeah, we think recycling is good, but it also takes a lot of energy, and not everyone is
Yes.
just recycling correctly. So if everything that is not recycled cannot pollute, it's good. Um,
Uh, Actually, can I add on one more
mhm,
benefit of using Day1Lab's material?
yes.
Oh, so our material retouch is actually focusing on post-treatment after the life cycle of products. So recharge is very the recharge can be treated anaerobic digestions or compost treatment. So either way, it can be treated very fast. Conventional compostable plastics, they are not very good for do the post treatment like anaerobic digestion to generate the biogas or the using the food waste treatment composters. It's very mild condition that conventional compostable plastics, they were not applicable for these after treatment. However, by adding our recharge, the conversion rate for example, for the anaerobic digestion, by adding recharge, the biogas methane production rate goes up like 3 times more than the conventional compostable plastics. And also, we are currently working with the one of the biggest Korean composter making company, which make the food waste composter, and we are doing co-developments for the food trays, which can be disintegrate inside the food waste composters. So recharge can be we are expecting to just throw away the food trays, and it can be degraded inside the composter, which can be used at home. So we are pursuing less plastic waste at home
Mm.
and from the restaurants.
No, it makes sense. Especially for maybe like smaller single-use product that we see everywhere in in restaurant or at home.
Yes.
Sorry. And then what challenge did you face in sourcing the agricultural or food industry like bioproduct for your material, the raw
You mean the
material you use?
raw materials. For the starch, we collaborate with these some farmers. They have the leftover like for the rice. They cut the rice outside of the rice, and they have some debris which contains a lot of starch. And for the cellulose, we collaborate with the AB InBev, and they have the brewer's spent grain, which is the leftover from the beer brewing, and it contains a lot of cellulose, and we extract the cellulose from these leftover food byproducts.
Okay, that's nice. And there was are you trying to find other sourcing industry? Do you have any challenge in finding them and working with them?
Oh, yes, challenge is that because it's an agriculture and food byproduct, so the those logistics and procurement is very difficult because it can decay very quickly, and if it decays, we cannot use it as a source material because their quality is not guaranteed. So we are looking for a reliable industry partner who can provide us a lot of clean and well managed by waste products.
Mm, okay. Uh, uh, okay. Nice. And how do you see the future of compostable plastic uh, in general in the world for the against the combat of plastic waste? Do you think like in the future every plastic product will be biocompostable, or will it go more for recycling, or how do you see the future of plastic waste?
Uh, my I think those future plastic industry will be divided into two. One side will pursue the recycling, and the other side will pursue the compostable plastics. Specifically for the compostable plastics, I think single-use plastics and the agriculture plastic demands will increase. For single use, like the food trays, cutleries, and a lot of stuff that can be just used one time, they can be replaced with the compostable plastics. And like the Starbucks, you use the straws and just throw away the straws in the food composter, and it disintegrates, and people will suffer less plastic waste issue. And for the agriculture part, a lot of agriculture mulching films are used in the worldwide. but using the mulching film made from the petrochemical plastics, it has a lot of cost. People have to bury the film, and after they harvest, they have to get it back, and it costs a lot of money. So for the agriculture side, the demand for compostable plastic will increase quickly.
Okay. Yeah, make a lot of sense in general. To just let it go away like we want to do with using like a wood, single use or paper and everything.
Uh,
Will you have sample demo product ready at VivaTech with you?
oh yeah, actually, I'm out. My partner will go to VivaTech, and
Mm-hmm.
my team members who are attending the VivaTech in Paris will bring a lot of samples and the demo products, and you can enjoy those products at the VivaTech site.
Okay, okay, that's good. Then I will meet them and see the product next week at VivaTech.
Okay, yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you so
very much
much.
for your question, for your answers to my question and the presentation. And I
Yeah,
will not see you next week, but I will see you your team next week.
yep. Thank you.
Thank you.